Hello, welcome to White Davy Gardening and Worm Farm. If you like my channel, please press the subscribe button. So this is my bin that I have indoors, and I don't know if you can see those tiny mites running up and down on my bin, but quite a lot of mites in this African nightcrawler bin. So when this bin was in the garage beside the other one that's under the vent, I noticed that the worms were always on the side of the bin, always crawling out, and if both bins are beside each other, then the temperature difference between the two bins should be pretty close. But then the worms in the one that is underneath the vent, they are quite settled, and these worms keep crawling out. I brought them indoors, and the temperature inside here is 21 Celsius, and I noticed that the worms are constantly on the side. I've had this bin open for a little bit, so they have gone down away from the light. Now, as I look at this bin and I look at the bin, the other African nightcrawler bin in the garage, I notice one major difference. Because if you look on the cover here, you see that all of that water is a sign of the bin sweating. So you can see all of that sweat on the bin, on the cover. So observing this bin and the other bin, I came to realize something. The other bin, the holes in it, it's an older bin. This is a new bin. The other bin is an old one. So I noticed something different. The other bin, the holes in it are at least 4 times the size of the holes in here. So although the holes in the bins are spaced equal distance apart, this compared to the other bin, what is happening is that the holes are bigger, so that bin has a lot more airflow compared to this one. So it's not that the bin was too cold while the worms were crawling out, it is because the bin is too warm. So even when I rest my hand in the bin like this, I can feel some amount of warmth in the bin. So I figured out why these worms were constantly or are constantly trying or moving up to the surface of the bin. It is because the bin is hot and sweating. So now I'm going to look to see if they're finished. Okay, I guess not. They haven't finished the food that I gave them. I can still see banana peel. Oh.
Plastic. You can still see some food.
Oh, they have quite a bit of food here. Okay.
Plastic.
Okay, so they have quite a bit of food, so there'll be no feeding them. And of course, that food is going to help to keep the bin warm. So I guess when I put this extra layer of paper in here thinking that they were too cold, I was actually doing them quite an injustice because they were too hot. So I may have to create some more holes, but because I already have the mesh on the side of the bin, I won't be able to drill any holes in the bin itself. So I'm going to be putting some extra holes in the cover. The section of the cover that has holes already have the mesh there. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to create some large holes in these regions and then put a mesh on it, and that should help to create more airflow for these guys. So if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more updates on what's happening with this African nightcrawler bin, please take a moment to give me a thumbs up you can leave a comment in the section below. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and turn on your notification for more updates like these. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a wonderful day. Yeah man, a time for growth.